one and only Finn. Belongs to Pugsy, not allowed to be played by anybody else. So we're going to start things off here. Game 1, Apocalypse.
Coming in here, base 3 defense, likely into the 4 again on that Finn the Human. Pugsy makes that 4 defense look like 8 with how long he can survive on it.
Really does. Like, survivability with Finn is kind of nuts. Like, the defense doesn't matter if you're just never getting hit. Granted, that sentence was a lie because he took a couple hits.
He got hit, yeah.
I apologize, Pugsy. That was my fault.
But he's still getting some good damage added up onto Dawg. Gonna go down, try to get it down there. Doesn't get the nair either.
The Dawg just trying to space away. The biggest thing is just keeping Pugsy off of you. But Pugsy is so good at zone breaking. I think that's one of the most impressive things about him in the 2s and single space is that he doesn't let you constantly try to pressure him with range, whether it be hammer or bow. He always finds his way through movement alone to get in and pressure you. It's really impressive.
I mean, Foda said it earlier in the pre-show, right? Like, Pugsy is just an all-around amazing gamer. He's just so good at any game he picks up. And he comes in, gets the recovery. He's going to take the first stock off of Dawg.
Now, luckily for Dawg, it is Thor, so that stock can disappear pretty much in the next hit to 2. If you get access to, well, it's going to be Orb, but even with that 2 strings away, it's going to get himself back in. As we almost see the recovery take him off the top.
Yeah, that was very close to finishing off Pugsy's first stock. Although it is Apocalypse, so a higher ceiling than maybe something like Small Brawlhalla.
Yeah, now you just got to watch out there. GC Neutralize sends him up, forces the jump. Now you got to watch out for side air. Beautifully executed. Beautiful control. Using the weapon toss to force him to go up. He pretty much had no other route that was going to be safe outside of maybe an early recovery, which would have been reacted to and punished.
Showing how it's done on the edge guard. Now Dawg with the corner control. Sitting just far enough back that he won't get side aired, but he can go in with the dash sidelight and catch Pugsy.
Yeah, Dawg is like I really like the way Dawg has kind of simplified it. He's slowing down. He's not rushing Pugsy. That's a bad idea, as Pugsy has been getting him a lot. Delight Sair, giving him stage control. He's consistently been able to send Dawg off stage with almost every neutral win, and that's free edge pressure for you.
Yeah, Pugsy really utilizing those side airs to get stage control, keep Dawg on the corner. Dawg with no weapon in hand. Pugsy goes in for the end sig, and that's going to give Dawg the opportunity to pick up that orb.
Yeah, you got that's one great way to make someone who gets jump happy stop, because you do not want to jump above that. We saw that yesterday as well against Wushang, but that one is going to be a sider once again taking the stock. And even though Pugsy's not too far off again, he's still winning way more of these neutral interactions, and it's slowly starting to drift away from Dawg.
Yeah, Dawg starting to struggle, needs to find some momentum in this game number 1, otherwise might be looking like a Pugsy game. Good avoidance, good turnaround, down light side air from Dawg this time. Off stage, goes for the recovery, doesn't find it, but he hits the nair.
Well, there's one thing to always rely on is that if you got a hammer, you got a dream, and you can definitely get yourself back in the game pretty quickly. As we talk about the low defense, but Pugsy staying able to stay in, but all it took was about 2 hits to get him back in.
Yeah, I mean, a couple of nairs from the hammer, and Pugsy's stock just disappears. The Sair almost puts him off screen. Needs to finish the stock off. Pugsy does get the wall touch, gets the turnaround.
It's Pugsy's turn to play. He tries to go for the D-Light to get away from him, but Pugsy chasing him right away. He's so relentless, and the D-Light recovery should be enough, and it is. Even with Apocalypse, he gets a 2-stock to start things off.
Pugsy looking good. Wins it very convincingly. I'm curious what Dawg's adjust is going to be. Dawg is another one of those relative unknowns for me. I know people in the community have been keeping eyes on Dawg and being like, yeah, it's no surprise to see him do well in 2v2s. But today, I'm not sure what he's going to bring in the 1v1s.
Well, hopefully he can rebound from that. I mean, he was almost double. He almost went down double the damage by comparison. Yeah. Pugsy getting so many wins. I know TWK with definitely feeling happy. The only person who had Pugsy picked on to take it all. And then actually, this is technically a TWK versus Foda match going on right here, because Foda also had Dawg.
The rivalry.
But Dawg also, we talked about that PR26 before. That's PR35, and he's contending to get a seat in winter semis.
Yeah, he's only fighting, of course, again, his PR is going to rock it up. On the other side, though, Pugsy, I would say, almost needs this more. Even though he has higher PR16, this could be the decider between Pugsy getting into the MSI or not. Right now, on screen, they're fighting it out on Miami Dome, Pugsy versus Dawg.
And bringing that up is so important, because that could be a big part of what pushes Pugsy to play so much better. Where a lot of people have been falling, not getting themselves through these early upsets, Pugsy is not. And with all of them dropping, that only helps Pugsy's chances to get that invite to MCI, or MSI.
MSI, yeah. Mid-season invitational. It's so important.
MCI is a new Law and Order series.
Yeah. But right now, he's got to get through dawg if he wants to get that invite. He's got the axe in hand. Dawg, again, on the orb, was not able to do too much. Took 286 damage when he had the orb in hand on the last one versus the 170 he was able to put out.
Yeah, speaking of, not too much. The orb hasn't really been the answer so far. The hammer's been finding a couple stray hits here and there. The orb occasionally helps find the KOs. We're also seeing minimal signature calls for dawg, which is usually pretty good, but that is an incredible edge that he's got going. He gets the wall touch at the very end.
Just barely Pugsy manages to get back up. He hits the side air, needs to go for the offstage, but dawg, weapon toss, and he's going to get the first stock.
You decided to challenge hammer recovery twice within 30 seconds. You are brave, and the second one did not pan out so well.
Arguably, the first one didn't pan out so well either. He
True,
did get hit.
Took a lot of damage
survived.
for that, yeah. Just barely able to catch the bottom of that, but even all the follow-up weapon tosses. Now, dawg, you know, the hammer's still working. Unfortunately, the hammer is going to disappear from his arsenal. I don't remember if he actually primed it or not, but he's got to get through. He's got to get through this incredible sword play from Pugsy. Like, the axe has been okay, but it's been dominantly the sword so far.
It's definitely been the sword game coming out from Pugsy. Maybe just kind of recognizing that dawg's been leaning into that hammer, but right now, dawg did not prime the hammer, so he's got an orb in hand.
All right, at least gets some damage going here. Sidelight to side air. It's not too bad because, as we already pointed out, he only needs to win a few neutral interactions to put Pugsy at KO %. But Pugsy's defense, the first thing you pointed out, how elusive he is. That defense doesn't matter that much. His dancing almost takes him off the top, and trying to chase him again, dawg is struggling to find a safe haven.
Yeah, I mean, like, looking at didn't get the ground pound. Sometimes you got to turn around depending on how that downlight hits, but downlight into the recovery comes out from Pugsy, almost finishes it with that side air.
A good job getting around the side air and the neutral air. He's just trying to get down, but then, double air! It's going to take him off the top. Okay, so dawg able to get himself a stock. Took a lot of work to get it, but he finally finds it.
Yeah, that's that low defense of Pugsy. Again, he's so good at being elusive, but the second he gets caught, could be trouble. Nice.
All right, evens it back up. Pugsy puts it down the last stock apiece. Pugsy needs to have a good weapon start here. I think essentially the main thing is just, if he sees orb, okay, not too bad. Because he hasn't really shown you the orb is going to get the thing done. But once you see that he needs to cycle out to hammer, just primary focus, stay in front of that, which the hammer was actually primed, and he threw it away instantly.
Yeah, dawg, I'm not sure why he threw that away so quickly. The orb, I mean, he got a couple of hits here and there, right? He got like a sidelight side air, things like that, but still, it's definitely looking like the hammer's been the better tool for dawg.
Yeah, I mean, I'm definitely, I would like to be impressed. I would like to see things change up because that's only going to work out for better for dawg in the long run. You do need this orb to start putting in work. He's getting a lot of straight hits, not a lot, but he is getting straight hits. Ooh, the three-piece, though, getting him off the D-Light Dare into recovery, and that's going to lead to the stock. Yes, it is. He gets him with the end-sig, and Pugsy slows down what was starting to work a little bit better for dawg. He was getting a lot of straight hit aerials. Not enough to get him the KO, though.
Yeah, I mean, dawg was starting to look good. Again, that hammer was starting to add up that damage. But Pugsy, I just want to point out that final combo from Pugsy. That, like, he's one of the few who are so good at that and so clean on it. The downlight and the chase dodge down, neutral sig. It's not true anymore, but man, he does it so fast it might as well be.
Yeah, that looked as true as possible. I think that partly came off of the fact that he just did D-Light Dare recovery, which is going to mix up your options of where you want to dodge. In the first place, like, well, I really don't want to get caught by that three-piece again. Conditioned perfectly into the last KO.
But here we go, game number 3. Dawg going to make the rotation over to the Taros, the thing that works so well for him in the 2 space. Hoping it'll do it in the 1s. He'll be bringing out a lot more strength against Pugsy's Finn.
Yeah, and with that straight hit damage you were getting from orb, now it is amplified because the straight hits from the axe are going to be significantly better.
But a little bit of a trade-off in recovery frames. He's going to take a lot of punish if he misses these moves.
Yeah, that's the big thing. The moment you commit, and because of how quick Pugsy has been with the sword, it's been really difficult. But at least he's getting something started here, going off stage, just missing out on the back hit. And Pugsy's defense and mobility is just so good. He gets around it again.
Just moving around the opponent. Dawg finds a gravity cancel downlight into the side air. One more hit. Pugsy gets the wall touch. And Dawg, he's hanging around.
Yeah, this is looking a lot better. I mean, I know he's currently down 2 games, but the dawg is definitely showing life. Currently gets smacked away, though, with the D-Light and struggle a little bit longer. At least the GC went off to give him an opportunity to get in, but very unfortunate. The weapon spot was so far away from him.
Oh, Nair chasing up. No recovery thrown out. There it is. Pugsy gets the first stock.
Yeah, Pugsy just covering the weapon spot. As soon as he saw it, reacted instantly with an active hitbox, that one being the KO option. Dawg, I mean, this isn't too far off. Dawg could probably catch him on a jump with an unarmed recovery, which I think that's what he's kind of hovering around the idea of. There it is, and he gets him. Don't need to go to the weapon.
Yeah, he was just waiting for it, wasn't too worried about it, and now he's got the axe in hand to try to build up some damage on the Pugsy, but Pugsy finds an axe of his own.
And the axe mirror match at the start was leaning slightly in favor to Pugsy, but as it went on, it shifted to Dawg. So I think for Dawg here, you're feeling pretty good. You just got to catch the landing of Pugsy, who's smartly backing away, but Dawg has opened him up twice. I wouldn't be surprised to see the weapon switch from Pugsy really soon.
Oh, it's going to be Dawg who makes the swap, throws away the axe on an approach, and he's going over to the hammer. Pugsy takes full advantage of the swap.
Part of me believes that weapon toss was to stop Pugsy from going for the weapon. Like,
exhausted.
Well, didn't matter because he gets him with the axe recovery again, and he's still able to get access to the sword regardless.
And now Pugsy with a big lead here in game number 3, about to knock Dawg down into the elimination bracket.
Pugsy about to find himself a match up against Jetbean on the other side of winter semis potentially here if he throws this down. Let's say that again. Pugsy might be fighting Jetbean for winter semis of spring championships if Dawg doesn't stop him.
Now that is absurdity. Dawg's going to try to put a halt to Pugsy, but a down light ground pound will put Pugsy into the final stocks.
All right, so still potential here. It is Taros in a dream, so that means you can definitely get Taros at some point. You got to be careful with the pressure that can happen here, but he's getting smacked a few times. He has access to the axe. He's gotten a lot of damage for it so far. Pugsy just staying on the go. I'll take the one hit, 2 tops. That worked out.
Side air connects. Dawg in trouble. Gets past Pugsy. Turnaround opportunity.
Okay, Dawg, catch it. All right, Dawg's getting a lot of straight hits, trying to catch him off stage, but Pugsy's going to punish him with the recovery. Dawg really doesn't have another mistake he can make, but Pugsy's capitalized every single time as soon as he gets the opening with the sword. Recovery just misses.
Ooh, that was a dodge. Pugsy takes advantage, hits the nair, gets another one, and Pugsy closes it out. 3-0 in convincing fashion.
3-0. I don't know if I call that one close. Like, I was going to say 3-0, but a close asterisk. No, maybe. The first game was definitely heavily in favor of Pugsy. The games, as they went on, you could see the adaptation was starting to settle in a bit for Dawg, but it was a little bit too late. And even with the Taros at the end, it was actually pretty close.